Everybody, welcome back to Kusogrand8, the bad video game tournament. I am super glad to be here today. If y'all didn't go and grab water, we still have a couple minutes before we will start our match. You should. If you do not have water, make sure you have some, okay? Healthy reminder, drink your water. That's pretty much all. You know, we've got 2 more matches today for Kusogrand8, and we've got 4 matches tomorrow. It's a packed weekend. Tuesday, we are planning Don't Make Us Bored. As long as my mother doesn't hop back into the hospital, then that is probably going to happen. Wednesday, we are planning to have Kusogrand8 as well. And you know who is here to help us out? Crappy! Crappy, do you have the current... Yeah, you have the correct video. Okay, Crappy, take us on over to the reveal for game number 3. Yeah! Let me tell you, that was a very low resolution picture. But that's okay, it worked out. You know, this GM has been around for quite a while, and I always get excited about the games here because I never know if it's going to hurt so good or just be super fun. So let's say hello to GM number 3, our dear friend Time Stalker. Yeah, I enjoy having a little chocobo running around. Chocobo, do you know what I'm saying, Time Stalker?
No.
Okay, well, hello, how you doing?
Keep going with chocobos and you're gonna keep getting it wrong.
Fine, you're a phoenix, whatever. Back.
How are you doing today, bro?
I'm doing really good. Honestly, it's been a lot of fun today. You know, that last game that we had, such an amazing surprise. And Blasphemous Roar's racing game, bootleg not bootleg Harry Potter, it just was going to be Harry Potter, and then they lost the rights to it, and so they did a different game. That was pretty funny. I love that existed, but oh my gosh, the weird construction site romance, I'm a fan.
Well, I'm sorry that I've got to break the PS2 trend that seems to be going on today.
Yeah, you're actually bringing us a game that's never been in Kusogrand8 before.
It has been in once, but only in a gauntlet. It has never been a main match.
Ah, yeah. You know, I'm always excited for new games that people here have never heard about, you know?
Well, last time I was on, I gave out a game with a character we've had on Kusogrand8 before, but not the game. And I'm following that trend to game with a game from my childhood. So we're going to Springfield because we've got Bart versus the Space Mutants on the NES.
Y'all didn't believe this could ever happen, but it is happening. We've got Bart versus the Space Mutants. This is the terror of terrors, the legendary Kusoge. Yeah. And get ready to watch these players suffer because they will be playing for, you know, a full hour to see who can make the most progress. Whoever does, of course, takes the victory. Whoever doesn't take the victory. Big deal. Nobody's getting eliminated because of this match, but some people will have to work harder in match number 2 in order to stay in. Now, with that said, this is a game that I played a little bit as a kid as well. I owned Bart versus the World, which is the reason why I gave that out years and years ago in Kusogrand8. But I didn't play a whole lot of this one, and honestly, I don't blame myself.
Well, I had this as a kid. I played a ton of this as a kid. I've beaten it maybe 3 times. It's just real.
Yeah.
It's a game that likes to chew you up and spit you out as you get further in the game. Like, it just is mean. It doesn't control particularly well. And, yeah, it's got all the NES problems of the NES Simpsons games, especially when dealing with movement.
Yeah, and we will get into those problems later because some of them are, like, just comedic, terrible design flaws. Oh, this music. Okay. You're bringing me back to my childhood. Oh. This hurts so good.
Restream.
Really? Well, you can right-click and turn it up.
There we go. Thank you.
Let me go and check if the players are ready to go, because I personally am. Someone asked if it's cheating if they are watching The Simpsons at the same time, and I will say no. That will not help. That is not going to help. Yeah, so I'm checking right now to see who is ready to begin. I need to restart our timer because... No, stop it. Chat, don't make fun of me. How dare you? Okay, and it looks like all of them are ready, so I'm gonna do the countdown. Now, what emotes should chat spam? Time Stalker, what would be appropriate?
Any of the Simpsons characters, purple objects, hats, balloons, if you have them, exit signs, or nuclear rods, but we're probably not seeing either of those.
Yeah, Bart Pig is appropriate here. Everything purple. Every purple emote you have is very appropriate, and aliens. And here we go! And keep those emotes coming. I love them. Find the purple objects and spray paint them.
Well, okay. Spray painting will help with some of these things, but it won't help with all of them. And one of the things is that this game has the same problems that most NES Simpsons games have, in that you have to hold A to run.
That's correct. You hold the jump button to run, and that is a sin. Okay, that is a cardinal sin. I gotta say. I'm very opinionated on this matter. You never map run to jump. Okay?
Yeah, you have to spray paint some things. You also want to be looking through the X-ray specs to find if people are aliens or not, because if you get proof of the aliens' involvement, your family members will help you in the end with the boss. And one of the things about Stage 1 is that there's 24 goals they need to clear of purple, and you can get to the end of the stage without actually having all of them, and the boss will not spawn until you have all your goals collected, so you will have to backtrack. So we're going by goals collected as the first measure of tie-breaking, but we'll see how far people actually get.
Yeah, I also love that chat is mentioning how the bottom status bar in the game is so jittery. I'm not exactly sure why, other than welcome to Imagineering, everybody. Yeah, some of the sound effects you hear here are the same sound effects that you'll hear in Barbie NES. Yeah, as it turns out, they copied and pasted a few things, which is fine. Like, honestly, I'd say if a sound effect does the job, go ahead and use it in multiple games. You know, it's fine.
I just need you all to know that I have beaten this game.
Roar, you've beaten this
on the NES.
Oh, baby, I love it.
It was a game that I had in my childhood, specifically during a point in time in which my parents had a busted TV that they just slapped in my closet, and it was the busted where it's got like the single line going through it because the CRT tube is messed up.
Oh yeah.
And I brought it to life by percussive maintenance.
Oh, you whacked it.
I whacked it, and it worked, and they didn't know that it worked. So they left it in my closet, and fun thing about that is the coaxial cable in the back had actually broken. So I learned that if I stripped a copper wire and just like stuffed it in there, I could get it kind of wrapped around the coaxial.
Oh my gosh!
On the Nintendo. And then I learned that the Nintendo did have the AV port, and because I didn't have the AV cables, specifically a male-to-male that would be required for the NES, that's when I learned how to splice wires and create my own male-to-male. So it was a very formative time in young Roar's life. all because of Bart versus the Space Mutants.
Bart versus the Space Mutants taught you basically how to solve very complicated problems that you probably shouldn't have been solving because you could have electrocuted yourself. That's what I'm learning here.
Yeah, I can't hear you over all the bad decisions that I make. Look, you're talking to the Roar who also used to play, who used to also, with his brothers, jump into a busted dryer that was laying in our driveway, and then see if we could fit in it, and then other people would sit on it, and you tried to, like, get them out, or get out of it.
Yeah. Now, mind you, me as a kid, I really had a hard time figuring out like how this game even worked, and I wasn't able to beat the first level when we rented it, but it was also a weekend rental, so it wasn't the biggest deal for me. You know, this wasn't a game that we bought, and because of that I didn't have to suffer as much as other people did. With that said, I
did not buy this. I have no idea to this day how it came into my possession. It was cursed to me.
It was cursed to you? I love it. By the way, the best way...
I want to interrupt with one thing here.
Please.
Radomaford is talking about that Jockism is trying to spray the awning, and that doesn't work, and that's true. It does say in the manual that you have to be creative with how you turn things not purple, and in that one, you actually have to buy a wrench from the store in order to get it to spray water on the awning. And this game does a lot of stuff like that, where you can't just do one thing to get the items you want in the first stage.
Yep.
I believe there are some environmental clues, like things saying wet paint, that you need to realize that you can wash it off.
Yep. Wet paint is you're able to get rid of. Now, the best way to keep track of who is in the lead is based off of the goals counter at the bottom there. Yeah, right now, Jockism has 24 goals left. What they're going to try to do, if nobody beats the first stage, just get the fewest number of remaining goals. And yeah, thank goodness this game actually has a very, very easy to track metric here. Otherwise, this game is an absolute nightmare.
The thing is, it does say in the manual that they're gonna want to pick up coins, A, because you can get extra lives from coins, but B, also to buy things from shops, and they're gonna want to do so. Here, there are a few things that just don't work. And then there's one that's just like, why are you doing this? The one that says keep off the grass is in purple. You cannot do a single thing with it, but it's there and it's purple and you think you can, so you're trying to figure it out.
So wait. Keep off the grass is purple, but you can't change that one? It's the lettering is purple, but it will not let you actually do anything with it. You can try spraying it, you can try doing other things. You cannot get rid of the purple on that one. It's so dumb. Okay, that's stupid. I'm gonna go ahead and agree with that. It does come a
policeman once. And if you miss the policeman, you don't get to use him again, and you can spray the policeman's outfit, but...
Okay, you hop on the grass, the policeman shows up. Wait, are there more goals to turn, or are there more purple things than required then?
In every stage other than the last one, there's more that you can do than is required, yes.
That's... Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that part of the design I think is fine. Thank you for not making us do everything.
Stage, there aren't many.
I believe it.
You can only miss a couple. In stages 2 and 3, there are way more than you need. So that'll be some. And in stage 4, there's like a couple more than what you need, but it's so linear and so few of them that it's really not going to matter.
Yeah.
Stage 5, you have to get all of the items there, but that's because you're putting nuclear rods back in the nuclear power. So
now I do want to.
Stage is the maze.
I do want to say thank you to the referees for this match: Redford, Bad Chop, Notalecta, and Mendez with Sober Dwarf, one of the backups over in the wings. All of them have been helping considerably. Thank you so much. And I do know that we had a new round of refs come and join us, and I very much appreciate that more people are helping out. It honestly is so fantastic, you know. We've got a really good crew this year, I gotta say.
Yeah, you only got down to 14 goals left already, so that's a pretty good start to this, only being 10 minutes in.
Yeah, that's a early lead that could very easily change as time goes on. I mean, this game is it's got notoriety.
Like the bird that Nicotine is trying to spray, you can't spray it. You have to buy a cherry bomb and throw it to get the bird to fly away.
Oh no. Yeah, well, all of the players, they're learning the rules of this game. They're learning how everything functions. I'm glad that you did provide the manual. I don't think I had the manual as a kid, and that probably was a huge downside when I was playing.
Yeah.
Okay, Nicotine is trying to figure out, can you take the skateboard to the left? And I don't believe you can.
I think Nicotine's trying to figure out how to get to the bird on Jebediah's little shoulder there.
Oh, was the bird purple?
Yes, it was. You need to use a rocket to scare the bird away.
Of course you gotta use a rocket to scare the bird away. I mean, why not?
The manual does talk about buying stuff in shops, and I don't think Nicotine has actually figured that out yet, but is still doing fairly well.
Yeah. Okay, well, let me see. There is lore to this game, by the way, in the manual. Hello, fellow humans. Bartholomew J. Simpson here with a very important secret. Space mutants are invading Springfield. That's right, man. A bunch of slimy, horrible, totally gross, and putrid monsters are taking over the bodies of the people who live here, and they want to build a weapon that's going to take over the entire planet. Pretty cool, huh? Anyway, yours truly is the only one who can see him because of my X-ray glasses, so it's up to me to stop him. I've got to spray paint things, get radical on my skateboard, and use my trusty slingshot, and in general behave like a nuisance, man. Plus, with evil dudes like Nelson the Bully and Sideshow Bob getting in my way, it's a good thing I've got the rest of the Simpsons to help me out. So if you're a decent person, a patriot, and somebody who cares about this scary planet, you'll do the right thing, save the Earth, play this game. Thanks, man.
Radamaford is pointing out that Joxum blew the whistle in the wrong location and it summoned a dog to attack them.
Oh my gosh, I love... Okay, like, not actually love, because I love that games will give you items that help, but in very specific situations will hurt, because that... at least it teaches you that the item does something, but it also sort of takes away the incentive to use that item in the future, because it's like, well, if I use it in the wrong place, I'm gonna get hurt. As long as you can dodge whatever's coming on screen, it's a little more forgivable, but still, there are better ways to do it. Like, or not. That's another way. Don't do it. Especially this early on in the game. I would say that if you want to do something like that, don't do it early on at the very beginning of the game, because then everybody is going to hate the game and not want to play it. Which, honestly, everybody hates this game and doesn't want to play it anyway, so, like, that's fair. So, yeah, essentially what we have here, to jump, you press the A button. To jump higher, keep holding down the A button. For a super long jump, press both the A button and B button at the same time. Make sure you press the A button just before you press the B button, especially when holding a weapon, otherwise you'll waste a shot. Oh no. Wait, so you can jump really high, but at the risk of accidentally using spray paint. That's fantastic. That's so good.
Yeah, Radamaford is pointing out that most of the inventory items are usable in the first stage, and that's correct. There are a couple that are usable in stage 3 that have no use in stage 1, so you kind of buy them and go, what does this do?
Yeah. Now, run is also bound to the jump button. It seems like everything is bound to the jump button. But part of the logic there is that you have a limited amount of spray paint to use. And so I sort of understand why they would keep run on the jump button so you don't accidentally use your spray paint. However, another way to deal with that is just give unlimited spray paint.
Yeah, but that would mean this was a good game, and it's not.
Yeah, Nicotine trying to get the wet paint at Tool World cleared, but unfortunately you've got to get the wrench inside of Tool World and wash it off using the fire hydrant outside. Now, Jackzam is actually a little bit in the lead at this point. 9 goals remaining. That's pretty significant this early on. She is having some internet issues, it looks like, so not a huge deal. We have a bit of buffering going on. Chat saying that's very in the lead. Oh, come on. Literally, it could take 2 minutes for somebody to pass Jackzam. It's a little bit in the lead. If Jackzam were on stage 2, that's a huge lead.
There are a bunch of hidden things in this game. You can see the coins coming out, but there are a lot of hidden one-ups, too. Like, when you pass the Quickie Mart there, if you have an extra rocket and you hit the E with it, a crusty head will pop out, and you'll be able to use that to get a one-up, because every crusty head is an extra life, and you're gonna need them for this game.
Yeah, the crusty heads also appear in Bart vs. the World. However, they're not all one-ups. Actually, I think the majority of them, it's like you collect a certain number in order to get a one-up.
Okay. And Yomi has found the problem. If you don't have enough goals and you reach the end of the stage, you cannot progress, because it will not let them move on to the boss arena. So now they have to backtrack.
Yeah!
And here's where the key would be useful. The key allows you to use the Springfield retirement home to go back to the beginning of the stage.
Okay, I'm just letting Jackzam know, by the way, that we are having frames drop, and if she's not making a local recording, she probably should. Boing, boing, boing. Yeah, you know, everybody, welcome to 2024. We still somehow haven't figured out the internet. Comcast exists and is a nightmare, and you just never know. I just wanted to let Jackzam know that she should make a local recording if possible, and if it doesn't take too long to get going. Okay, well, it looks like Yomi is still at 14 goals left. You know, Yomi is backtracking at this point. I think Yomi just went as far right as possible in order to see what is at the end of the stage, and the answer is nothing. Because guess what? You have to paint enough stuff.
Cool, man. Eat my shorts.
I love how they talk about, you know, holding A to run, and in this game that can actually be a detriment because a lot of stuff comes at you very quickly.
All right. Yeah, I'm...
Cool, man.
Cool, man.
Eat my shorts.
Eat my shorts. I will say that the little voice samples aren't too shabby. They're a nifty thing to include on the NES, you know. Most games didn't have them, and any game that did have some of those voice clips were just... It was a nice little clip, and it's not too compressed. You can actually tell that it's Bart saying it, instead of being like, "Eat my shorts." You know, it sounds like a real human.
Yeah, the voice clip was actually surprisingly good for the time.
Hi, I'm jumping in here to actually bring up a fun fact about that, if you don't mind.
Sure, Roar.
Yeah, so the NES does have a voice synthesizer in it, which does allow for that Eat My Shorts, and there's a few other games that utilized it, but one of the most interesting uses of it is in Sunsoft's Batman game, where they use the synthesizer to actually synthesize real drums and incorporate that into the music, which is why that soundtrack is such a banger.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought that it was specifically that there are two square channels, one triangle, one noise, and one sample channel, if I'm not mistaken, for the NES.
Chad is saying they want a voice sample of you saying "my shorts."
Yeah,
Bro.
people are saying the PCM sampler. Yeah, in order to get higher quality sounding things, you could use the sampler channel. But again, it took a lot of memory to actually have decent sounds with the sampler channel, and because of that, a lot of games just, didn't go. You have limited space to work with. I didn't know that NES Batman used that though for the drums, and that's
I didn't
really
know
cool.
That either. That was interesting.
Chat, by the way, is noting that Jackzam did buy some rockets and cherry bombs, and those will be helpful. Yeah, simply put, if you get money in a game, you should use money, unless there's no way to actually use it, in which case, just collect it, be a hoarder. Yeah, extra lives are actually being very important in this match. Why? When you get extra lives, that extends the amount of time that you can play without having to start all the way over and paint everything. And there are no continues in this game. No, it's not nice like that. By the way, why is purple bad? Why is purple bad?
It's what the aliens need to run their machine.
They need purple?
Yeah, don't ask me. It's stupid.
That's stupid. Okay, yeah. Okay, here's the description of level 1, the streets of Springfield. Purple colored object. Purple objects are the first ingredients the mutants need for their ultimate weapon. Be on the lookout for anything colored purple. Bart will be able to use spray paint in this level, but he won't be able to spray everything. Try to be creative and figure out other ways he can get rid of the purple objects. So, I honestly think that if you got rid of the first ingredient for their ultimate weapon, you wouldn't need to do anything else.
Well, they modify it every time, according to the cutscene. They modify it because you've done this, and, you've only removed purple from a short area, but apparently this is the only area where they can get purple items from, so they need to, get it from here. It's like, okay.
Hey, it looks like Jackzam has spelled Maggie. What does that do?
Okay, if you collect proof of the aliens' involvement, then in each stage, then the Simpsons character will help you with the final boss of the stage.
Okay.
So, the final boss of the first stage is Nelson, and if you've spelled Maggie, Maggie will knock bowling balls towards you that you can then roll towards Nelson to damage him.
Okay, so I can appreciate that. A little assist by Maggie. Yeah, I feel Jackzam is a very solid player and has made it to the brackets before in Kusogrand8. I'm not too surprised to see her with a solid start in this match. Of course, the first stage is what do I say? The easiest? Like once you figure actually other stages are a little bit more straightforward for how to actually complete the objectives. The first stage
First stage is very esoteric on what it wants you to do with a bunch of different things.
And it's like after stage 1
and 4 are pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's like they forgot that they were making kind of puzzles, you know? And they're like, we're just going platforming at this point. Okay, we're done. We're done making people think. Yeah, it's a very front-loaded game when it comes to difficulty. And if somebody beats the first stage, honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised if they make it to the stage 3 at the very least.
Someone in chat is talking about it's a stretch to call any stage easy, and I would kind of disagree. The only stage I would consider easy in this game is the third one. The third one is pretty straightforward, and there isn't a whole lot really standing here.
I don't know. Like, stage 2 is at least easier than stage 1.
I would disagree. The platforming on the rotating lollipops over wet cement is atrocious.
Okay, I mean, yeah, there's that. And the fact that run is also mapped to jump, that causes some issues when you're trying to do any precise platforming. I still think that if somebody beats stage 1, they're beating stage 2. I'm willing to put my reputation on it, you know?
I don't think they'll do it on the first run. But I would agree with you. If they can beat stage 1, they'll probably eventually beat stage 2.
Cool, man.
Cool, man.
Eat my shorts.
I love that Nicotine is like, this game actually goes pretty hard. I honestly think this game has some fairly decent ideas, you know? Execution is lacking. Definitely needs more.
I think that's what we can say that for a lot of Simpsons games, though. It's like, idea-wise, they're kind of fun. Execution-wise, most of them suck.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I'll be one of the few people that say I actually enjoy most of Bart's Nightmare.
I love Bart's Nightmare.
The only stage I absolutely don't like in Bart's Nightmare is Temple of the Lost Bart. I think that is just bad. But the other ones, they're okay. The worst thing about Bart's Nightmare is the overworld. The overworld is terrible, and it makes the rest of the game hard to play.
I like the overworld. I'm weird, though. I know
Okay,
that I'm wrong here.
I understand the overworld. I think the execution of the overworld is terrible.
Yeah. Well,
Stuff comes at you too fast, it's hard to avoid stuff, and what gets worse is that the more pages you collect, the longer you have to go to get to the next page. So you can be in the overworld for a very long time.
It's a little tragic in certain ways, yeah. So, for those who are wondering, this game was made by Imagineering. That's right, the same company that brought us Barbie NES. It brought us the Ren and Stimpy Show Buckaroos. Yeah. Family Feud for SNES, Jeopardy for SNES. We've got David Crane's Amazing Tennis. Ghoul School.
Okay, I've been watching everyone as much as I can. Has anyone figured out using the wrench on the fire hydrant yet?
I don't think so. They've all painted the fire hydrant, but they can't quite figure out how to get how to get the wet paint off of the stupid thingy up above. Yeah, they're going through their inventory and just can't figure it out, and I don't really blame them. What do you do with the magnet? How does the magnet help you?
Okay, the magnet is for stage 3.
What? Why do you even have it now?
The magnet is for stage 3. There is a wheel that you're supposed to guess what number to land on to earn an extra life. The magnet will allow you to force the wheel to go to the one that you think it should be.
Okay.
The whistle is only for this stage, and it's only really useful in at the retirement home.
Yeah.
It summons Grandpa in one of the last windows in the retirement home and throws coins at you.
Yeah. Chat, I did ask how... Yes, I asked how magnets work. And as it turns out, it was a valid question because you don't use it on the first 2 stages, but you have it anyway. Why? Because these developers are evil and decided not to only give you the item on the stage that you need it. No, you can get it on stage 1.
Okay, do I need to add a quote that is just you saying I asked how magnets work?
No! There are better quotes in this world. There are worse quotes in this world. That's a very mediocre quote, and I won't have mediocrity in Nightbot.
Oh, by the way, I got accused of co-opting your Utah facts in one of my other chats one time.
Oh, you're allowed to do that. That's fine.
Someone was asking about, because we were talking about the weather, and I said, well, we only have 4 seasons in Utah. We have winter, almost winter, hotter than heck, and construction.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard multiple places essentially say that before. It's unfortunately that's more a U.S. fact than, or at least northern U.S. fact. Those are the seasons here. But oh my gosh, I hate how long winter lasts up here, at least in northern Utah. You know, I'm right on the border of Idaho. It usually snows in April or May, and I hate it. I'm like, stop it. I want to go somewhere where, like, I honestly would be fine living somewhere that's never cold. I deal fine with heat. I lived in Brazil, come on, and I did fine in Brazil. Oh my gosh, yeah, everybody, I hope you like this music, because we're half an hour through, and this is gonna keep going.
Oh, Jackism finally learned how to use the wrench!
Yeah, and chat, the players are not in chat. You do not have to spoil stuff, but that is a huge amount of knowledge by Jackazam there. Remember, the players are not getting anything other than the instructions that were provided. You did not tell them how to use the wrench. You did not tell them very much. You gave them a manual.
Yeah, I gave them the manual. The manual does tell them quite a bit, but it doesn't give them the stuff because I wanted them to try and figure stuff out.
So the alien enemies that you can see with your X-ray vision, you can jump on their heads and get money out of them. Which
No,
honestly,
that's not money. That's not money. That is proof of the aliens being there.
What? Why do you need that?
You're picking up proof of that because, as they put it in the manual, Bart's family has a trouble with Bart being truthful. So they don't believe him that they're aliens. You have to pick up the proof so that they understand that the aliens are there, so that they will help you.
I'd say everybody walking around and dying because of bouncing aliens that they can't see would be pretty sufficient evidence that something is going on. Like, why are you the only one taking damage from these things? I'm gonna go ahead and say everybody's dying, and that's just life. That's life in Springfield right now. If you're wondering who is in the lead, by the way, Jackazam is definitely in the lead, having made it down to 6 goals left. After that, Nicotine got down to 12. We have Yomi down to 14 goals left, and Firefang has gotten down to 15, is currently trying to make a push to get fewer goals remaining in stage 1. Remember, there are multiple stages in this game. It's not just stage 1. This is not the shortest game in the world, okay? There's a lot. Yeah. See, I was looking at Nicotine's screen and I saw Quickie Mart, but it looked like Quick F Mart. And I'm like, that's a completely different shop. I don't think Bart should be going to that one. Oh, and Chad is saying that Jackazam has also figured out the bird.
Yeah, a couple of people have figured out using the cherry bomb to scare the bird away.
Yeah, take that, bird.
Someone in chat is saying that stage 3 is probably the shortest, easiest if you know what you're doing, and I would agree. Not only is it not a really long stage, it's not a particularly difficult one by that point. Like, you've already dealt with worse in the first 2 stages, and the boss is actually fairly easy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hoping we get to see the boss of stage 1 at least.
I think we will. Again, I wouldn't be too surprised if we get to stage 2 and possibly stage 3. Like, we still have a little under half an hour. Good job, young Simpson. Remember, victory comes to those who get ahead. In quotes.
And that's a hint. There are Jebediah Springfield heads that you can find, and they give you temporary invulnerability, and it's actually a decent amount of invulnerability for a Simpsons game.
Yeah, you know what else gives that hint? Probably the manual. I wouldn't be, like, is there a list of items in the Yeah. For every 15 coins you get an extra life. But when you get 15 coins, it takes 10 coins out of your inventory and gives you an extra life. So, yeah, you gotta be careful. If you need to go shopping, don't get more than 15 bucks. Because you'll go down to $5. That's just life, okay?
Yeah, it just says Jebediah Springfield, the beloved founder of Springfield, who can give Bart the power of invincibility. It doesn't really say that it's, you know, specifically one of the heads from the episode of where Bart cuts off the head of the statue.
Yeah, interesting. Actually, yeah, the manual skims quite a bit on details about items here. I kind of dig that. You know, that it's actually being consistent within the game and in the manual, that, like, it's not giving information in the manual that it then gives hints about in-game. No. I'm not sure it's good consistency, but I like the consistency, you know?
Which is good. The key will allow them to go back to the shops fairly easily. So she's getting close. I think she's gonna clear the stage here shortly.
I'm looking, it has a description of the various Simpsons characters, and I love, like, it kind of, I don't know, it just feels weird to have a description of the different characters. Marge, Bart's loving mom, will be at the mall if he needs her, and at the power plant to ease his burden. What the crap does that mean?
Okay, Marge is walking around in
Share the load.
Power plant, and in the power plant, Marge can restore one of your hit points if needs be.
Wait. So apparently somebody in chat is saying that in order to do the theater, you have to be there at when your timer hits a specific time? What? Like when there are 400 and 200 seconds left?
You don't. It's for traveling purposes to travel forward. It's not for getting the purple item that you need. You can just spray paint the thing and get it.
Okay. What do you mean for traveling forward? Where does it take you?
It takes you to the retirement home.
You go in the theater and end up in the retirement home. Everybody, just know when you're starting to get
one
old.
goal away from opening up the boss.
What? If you go to theater when there are 200 seconds left, you're gonna end up in the retirement home. That's just life. Everybody knows it.
Oh yes, there is one other use for the coins, and Kusogrand is pointing it out. In the very beginning, where Moe's Tavern is, there is a telephone. You can use a coin there to call Mo. there is a short cutscene with that, and then one of the patrons walks out wearing a purple shirt, and you can spray paint them.
Ah. So there are two main types of aliens, it looks like, in this first level. There's Zebloid. These hairy aliens hop up and down and back and forth. Okay, and then there's Glondip. They mostly crawl around the ground, but some of them hop up and down. What? I don't know the difference.
Okay, the first one is these ones that bounce up and down here on the screen. The other ones are the like the ones that have 4 legs that are crawling on the ground. Occasionally, you'll find them that are bouncing in the air.
Okay, so
They're also the ones that are controlling some of the residents of Springfield.
Gotcha. So the weird blue ones, those are the Zebloids. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and the Glondips. I'm looking. I don't see any Glondips yet. Where are the Glondips?
So if you see any of the Springfield residents when you hop on their head and the alien flies away, that's those.
Oh, okay. But some of them hop?
Yes, there are some in stages where they go up and down in your way, and you have to go around them.
Okay. Weird. And then there are dogs. Those aren't listed as villains? What the crap?
Well, they're not aliens.
Well, neither is Sideshow Bob, but he's listed as a foe.
Yeah,
why
'cause
not
he's one
the
of
dogs? The dogs are foes, okay? They kill you more than like anything else here.
If you look on Jack's screen, there ones crawling on the ground. There are the secondary ones.
Oh, okay. The ones with plunger feet.
Yes.
Okay, the manual could have said it or put a picture in there, you know? Say, hey, plunger feet aliens, those are the Glondips, not the Zebloids. Whatever. It's stupid. Stupid all the way down. Yeah, I do appreciate that the game does have a decent number of references to, like, old Simpsons episodes. I mean, you've got Sideshow Bob, Ms. Bots, the babysitter who kidnaps people. Nelson, not really a reference, but... Well, I mean, yes, a reference, but he's, like, literally in almost every episode. That's just... He's Nelson. Jimbo
is dying to take the game over. She can't seem to find one more purple item.
Oh my gosh. So close, but that's fine. You know what? Sometimes you just need to start back on the left side of the map, and it's going to be faster to get a game over than to, like, just do the grind. Jackazam, I think, is trying to get a quick game over to start over. That's fine. Welcome to the pain. Yeah, it also lists Dr. Marvin Monroe, who shows up later. There's Adil, Albanian super spy, explosives expert, and former foreign exchange student. Oh, yeah! I remember that one. I love it. Escort in chat is specifically saying that Jackazam is resetting the guard who's wearing purple because, you know, that's a one shot. You don't do it, then you lose it.
Yeah.
I still think it's evil to have extra lives tied to money, that money is a consumable, and if you get 15 and an extra life, you lose 10 coins. Like, how... Why would you do that? I don't like it.
Well, money's only a consumable in the first stage, but coins are prevalent throughout the rest of the game. So...
Yeah, but people aren't gonna beat the first stage when they rent this. I know this. I was a kid. I rented it. I didn't beat the first stage.
Like I said, this game has a lot of problems.
Yeah.
I am very surprised this has never been given out before.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to be this evil. But, you know, Kusogrand8 has evolved where we can be evil, you know? It's just part of our nature these days to torture people. And everybody is okay with it, you know? I'm okay with it. I like it. No, you know what? Never mind. Scratch that. This should have been given out in the first Kusogrand8. Actually, I think that I tried to give it out, but too many people had played it. You know,
that was my concern too. Is I couldn't believe I found 4 people who have not touched this game before.
Yeah, 4 people who have never played this game in a bad video game tournament. That is tough. That is rare, and I'm so glad that we have these 4 people who are just showing why this game is so bad. Like, everybody, if you've never played this, obviously you should, so you never get it in Kusogrand8. Yeah, I'm not too surprised, actually, that Jackzam hasn't played it before. Like, she's really good at blind races, I have to be honest. But at the same time, she still has a lot of gaps in her video game knowledge, which I think is a little bit of a blessing and a curse because, you know, you get to play a lot of the classics that other people don't get to play. But also, it's like, I don't know. What am I trying to say here? I'm glad that Jackzam gets to experience this for us, and oh
Or
my gosh.
Firefang, he says, I'm completely at a loss of how to progress further. And it really is odd to me that they went with something so obtuse on some things for the first stages. It feels like a bad puzzle game.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty close to Moon Logic, and considering that the manual literally, like, it specifically says there are a lot of items that you'll have to figure out. It's like, well, thank you so much, manual. What do I do with this freaking magnet? Huh? Yeah, magnet is optional, not required. But how are you supposed to know that? You don't know it until you get to a point where you can use it, and even then, you might not know.
Firefang is trying to spray the aliens.
Honestly, I think I tried to spray the aliens plenty.
Yeah.
Like, that's one frustrating thing about this game.
I
that they're...
remember doing that too. It's just funny to watch.
Well, I mean, like, in a video game with enemies, but you're not allowed to kill them?
No, that shooting a rocket is going to remove purple from things above you, like the bowling sign or the windows in the retirement home. Like, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
I mean, technically windows can be broken, so the idea that you need to do something to break the windows, I can connect those dots, but I don't think I would have connected the dots as a kid, and I wouldn't be able to connect them if I were under pressure and having to race against other people, you know? That's another thing as well, you know? The people playing here often are playing somewhat for entertainment, but also as part of the competition. They know somebody is going to come in fourth. You have that added layer of pressure. So, you know, just having that extra stress is difficult. And it's going to be something that, you know, even if it looks obvious to viewers, it might not be obvious to the players. And this isn't even obvious to viewers how you're supposed to solve this, you know?
I'm surprised no one's tried putting a coin in the phone booth. Like, that, to me as a kid, that was obvious that you use a coin in there.
We don't really use phone booths these days, you know? And honestly, it looks like it's just part of the terrain. You know, Hey, everybody, you remember all of those threads and articles about putting yellow spray paint in video games in order to make it obvious what people should do? As it turns out, I think this game does the sin of not having enough yellow paint. There needs to be more, like, arrows pointing to stuff that you can interact with. It needs to be more obvious. Anyways, yeah, this is what happens when you, like, have not had people outside of the company tested. And usually that's a management issue, you know? It's a management problem. Nicotine saw how high the rocket flew. Gonna go buy some more? Yeah. I wonder if Nicotine is gonna try, because I would almost try them on the potted plants, though I think you can just jump up to the potted plants and spray them. Okay, Jackazam spraying the police officer and dying at the same time. Makes sense.
If they got the thing though, that keeps that goal clear. So hopefully they can get enough goals to get the first boss.
I think Jackazam did. She only has 7 goals remaining on this attempt. I think she's going to be level 1. And at this point, there's probably not enough time to be level 2. Like, if it had been significantly...
There's 3 mini bosses in level 2 before you even get to the boss.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. I was optimistic before, but there's just not enough time at this point. Oh my gosh. Okay, chat has possibly the best dumb comment. Between myself said, I played this game and kept trying to climb up Bart because he's the only yellow painted thing on screen. Thank you for lowering my IQ today. I really appreciate that. At least I have Fig Newtons here. Every time someone says something dumb in chat, I gotta eat a Fig Newton. I'm gonna be fat. It's okay, I'm already fat. It's all good.
So currently we've got Jackazam in first, Nicotine in second, Firefang in third, and Yomi in fourth.
Yeah, honestly, I would say that everybody other than Jackazam is doing about how I would expect. Jackazam is just, like, stupid good at obtuse stuff, and I don't know how. But, I mean, like, there's a reason certain people repeatedly make it into brackets in Kusogrand8. It's just a very interesting skill set that some people have, approaching a game that has problems and being able to do okay at it. I would say that Jackazam is definitely one of those people. And, you know, some people are a little bit more naturally talented at that, but it's also a skill that you can develop, you know? There are strategies to go about figuring out games like this. Like, yeah, simply put, you know, experimenting with different methods, you know, risking, especially early on in a match, risking certain resources, spending money on things that you're like, I don't know what this does, but let's go ahead and buy it and try it out. And you see that the rocket flies to a specific height on the screen, and keeping in mind, is there anything at that specific height that I might be able to use the rocket for? Oh, windows, of course, okay. You know, that is helpful.
If they get both those purple windows, they have the ability to move into second. But they don't have any more rockets.
You know what offends me? The fact that your health bar is specifically Bart's head's next to Maggie. When Bart's head would normally be used to show how many extra lives you have. No, that's your health. Yeah,
Jackazam is on the boss.
It's time for boss. It's Nelson. Maggie's here to help. Maggie's got the bowling balls. Oh, there we go. Very nice. Jackazam using the bowling balls. What do we have to do? How do we actually hurt the boss?
You can jump on the boss, but you can also just knock the bowling balls into the boss.
That's awesome. Well, Nicotine is down to 10 goals left, moving into second place. Very nice. I don't know if Nicotine will be able to get better than 10. We'll have to see what they can do. Meanwhile, Jackazam just trying to fight the boss. Yeah, you just do not want to get in his range for when he throws items. And there we go. Nelson dead. See, I knew somebody was going to beat stage 1. I had faith. All of you doubters out there, yeah, go ahead and go back and cry.
So there's a fun fact about this stage. The little trash cans that are there, the white ones, some of them lead to hidden areas with a bunch of ads. But you have to do like some weird hold down thing on them.
Okay.
And a lot of them have hidden items in them if you keep jumping on them.
Okay.
Yeah, if we can get Jackazam's, there's a different track level too.
I don't... I changed setup. Let me see what I can do. I don't know if I can, unfortunately, because of things that I changed.
If not, and I know Jackazam, her stream is struggling a little, so...
Yeah, I know that I can get it to where I can hear it. I don't know if I can get it to where other people can hear it, but... Oh, wait. How did I do it? Just a sec. Oh, I know how to do it. Okay. Everybody, it's fine. Okay. All I have to do is check that mark. Okay. Do this.
It's not gonna matter. Jackazam came.
No. I still got it. I got it. We're good. Okay. Okay, we see, this is me proving that I can do it, okay? Okay. See, I'm cool. Like, everybody knows. Okay. And... there? Maybe I'm not cool. Am I not cool? Well, okay, never mind then. Everybody, I'm not that cool.
You're that cool to me, bro.
Fine, whatever. Do. There.
Honestly, it is really close for second through fourth right now. If Yomi can get just 4 more goals, they'll move to second. Like,
yeah. Okay. Here. Okay, here. I'm proving that I can do this. Except I can't hear it now. Okay. But I think
I'm not
you...
hearing anything.
I think chat might be able to hear it. Chat, can you hear? See? There. You can officially hear Jackazam's audio because I figured out how to do it. There. Whatever. Back to player 1.
And Yomi moves into second place.
Yomi at
Down to
9
9
goals, and Nicotin getting a game over with 10 goals left. That is tragic.
Eat my shorts.
I don't think there's enough time for Nicotin to catch back up, but Yomi and Firefang could potentially...
Firefang is at 12. They need 3 more and they can move into third, or 4 more and they can move into second.
Oh, yeah. And here's the deal. All of the players have done fantastic so far. This game is just very stupid. And Jakazam has done absurdly well at this game. Like, for a first playthrough, most people are going to stop playing before they beat the first level. Firefang, oh no! That is another game over. The places are locked. Yomi, though, I want to see if Yomi is able to get better than 9 goals left. You know, that would be a good personal victory. I'm glad that nobody has stopped playing, though. They're all still trying, and that's what I love. You never know if you're going to manage to stumble across the wrong warp.
Someone got the telephone.
Mo's Tavern. Mo speaking. Is Isabella there? Who? Isabel, last name ringing. Hold on. Isabel ringing. Hey guys, Isabel ringing. Huh? Why, you little. Okay, that's great. I love it. At least
Get the person that came out with the purple shirt.
Wait, a person came out with a purple shirt?
Yeah, that's the whole point of that.
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. Thank you for working in prank calls as an actual mechanic to complete a goal in the game. Absolutely brilliant, terribly executed, but I appreciate it. What else I appreciate is time. That's it, everybody. Throw your hands up in the air because the players are done for today. Oh my gosh, they can breathe easy knowing that they will never have to play this game again in Kusogrand8. Or, well, I mean, probably. Asterisk, never, I will say. Let me go ahead and see. I'm going to go ahead and welcome Jakazam in because she has definitely taken the victory here. Yeah, how do you feel that the players did?
Pretty good for a first time.
I'd say, yeah, like, they all put in a decent amount of work. Jakazam just blew them out of the water, which isn't a huge surprise. Jakazam rocks. But second, third, and fourth were all really close to each other, and that really excites me when the match is close for them. But Jakazam, hello, welcome. You destroyed this game, and we're very much in the lead here. Yeah, nobody got to the boss fight there. You just, wow, it was amazing. Seriously, great job.
That was certainly a game. It was fun, but that was really hard to figure out what to do in some of those places.
Yeah, can you believe that, like, this was actually released as a game? It just seems so convoluted, the first level.
It's... the worst part is that if you do anything wrong, you're soft locked. You can't get out of the stage. That's it.
Well, there are a few things that were there that you didn't get, besides the one with the cop. There was one that Nicotin got at the very end, where if you use a coin in the payphone, after a small cutscene, a patron comes out wearing a purple shirt.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a few other weird secrets like that throughout the stage. Later stages apparently are a bit more forgiving, except for the final stage, with how many of the objects you have to get. But yeah, there's a little wiggle room, but not a lot. And if you miss something, you really have to be creative for how to find something new. But with that said, you still, like, managed to get to 0 goals. required to beat the stage. You beat Nelson, you got to the next stage, and before I could switch the music over to you because I couldn't figure it out, you got game over, but still, getting to stage 2 in an hour, that's huge. Great job.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely belongs in Kuso, but it was fun.
Yeah, this is one of the legendary games that everybody assumes has been in Kusogrand8, but never has. And honestly, I think it's usually because too many people have played it. You know, everybody knows Bart versus the Space Mutants.
Yeah,
I found 4 people that have never played this game before.
And I almost had played this in the past. I knew I recognized the name, and I saw that was in a Big 20 that I had been practicing for, but I never got around to practicing this game, and I never actually joined that Big 20, so it worked out.
Oh, really? Okay. I think I saw you talking about that, actually, in the chat before we got started today. Yeah, it's... Honestly, the speedrun is pretty quick, and I think once you get good at the game, it's not the hardest game, it's just kind of brutal since there are no no continues and no passwords. If you get game over, yeah, it's kind of your SOL. Yeah. With that said, is this a game that you think that you would return to in the future, or are you ready to leave this in the past?
Honestly, I kind of feel like still continuing with the game and seeing where it goes from here.
Oh, yeah. It does get a little easier in Stage 2 and Stage 3. Stage 2 has some bad platforming in it, where you're going on small platforms over basically what is instant death. Stage 3 is probably the easiest. Then you get to Stage 4, and that's where I died. Like, I've beaten this game a total of 3 times, because Stage 4 is usually where I end things.
Yeah, and I think that the major wall is level 1. Once you're past level 1, the game's a lot easier to understand. Not necessarily easier to play, but, you know, doable. Yeah. With that said, do you have anything that is going on stream-wise these days? Anything that you'd like to plug that people should know about?
Not too much. I don't stream too often, but I had a friend keep bugging me to finally get around to playing the Outer Wilds DLC, so I've been doing that a bit on stream.
Cool. I still need to beat the base game. My husband's beaten it, and pretty much everybody who has played it loves Outer Wilds. I've played it a little bit, and I really enjoy it, but I keep forgetting to play it. Welcome to my life.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's so good. Well, thank you so much, Time Stalker. Thank you as well. Anything that you need to plug before I let you go as well?
On Wednesday nights, I am doing a BizHawk Shuffler Cafe with a few different people, including one of our GMs called Kitsune. And it's just everybody coming with their own shuffler packs, and we do shuffling with BizHawk Shuffler and play for a few hours every week.
Sweet. We might have Kusogrand8 on Wednesday, but if so, and you're still going after we're done, then maybe we'll come and raid. We'll see.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, all right. Thank you so much, Jack Zam, and thank you, Time Stalker. I'll let you both take off. Take care, friends.
Have a good one.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Yeah, see ya. Well, everybody, just so that we can get rid of pre-rolls for everybody else, I'm going to run a short ad and do a little setup. So we will be right back. Don't run away, everybody. Well, I mean, some of you can. It's fine. Don't hurt yourself if you do run.